Okay. Hello, everyone. Can you see me? Can you see us? I think we are 8, 9, 10 people. Okay, people are coming in. I thought this time also we are bunking this one, but let's see. Okay. I think we are good. I can see people tricking in. Let's see. Okay. We have. Okay. People are joining in. Let me see if I have people on. Okay, there was some issue with the YouTube, but we have fixed the LinkedIn issue, so that's good. So that's great. Can I get some feedback on the chat if you are able to hear us, see us well? I think we are also live on YouTube if people want. If it's easier, I'm going to paste that link here. Obviously there were last minute issues and we couldn't do it, so but we finally made it, so we are on YouTube and on LinkedIn at the same time. um, and obviously the things that I did before didn't work out, so let's see if I can do that. I hope I will be able to. It's manageable. Let's see. Okay, I think we have done it. Let's see. Okay, 27 people on LinkedIn. And do we have anybody on YouTube? Okay, that looks good. That looks good. We have got things here. Okay. Uh, can I get any thumbs ups or chat responses like last time? Let's see. I hope we can. Okay, we'll get started anyways because we are already late. So, welcome everyone. Second. Welcome to the second edition of this. Welcome to the second edition of what are we doing here? Learn and grow gatherings. So, very warm welcome to everyone. As you know, this is the second edition of Boyka Framework. Last time we did something with APIs. This time we are going to do with UI and mobile. We are starting a bit late, so we might extend it for a while, maybe 5-10 minutes. So do bear with us, and let's see if we can do this. Yeah. If people have not been there last time, Boyka framework, we have Wasiq with us, so I'm going to get him on the screen. I'm going to get out of my solo mode, and here it is. Welcome, Wasim. Welcome on the second edition of this, and thank you for taking your time out, and thank you for doing this for us. We really appreciate it, and it has been really amazing what you did last time. So we did the API one, right? So we did 3 APIs in 15 minutes, which was amazing. And I'm not sure if people were able to listen to that or were able to tune into that, but I'm going to post that link right away in the channel right now on the chat. And if you have missed it, please go back and have a watch at it. It has amazing code sessions and everything, which I'm just going to find that. I should have done this earlier, but yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to paste that link in the chat where you can go back and then listen to this particular session where we had API testing done with Boyka. And this time, like I said, we are going to do it with UI and mobile testing as well. So for a quick recap, we are going to go to Wasim now. Oh, sorry, Wasiq now, and then we are going to get a quick overview of what we did last time, and then we'll come back to the UI part of it and see how we can automate the UI using Boyka framework, which is completely open source. It's a passion project of Wasiq, and this is also a call for contribution. So if you know Java or if you don't know Java, either case, do check out and then do start contributing to the open source community. That is the main aim of this year's Liberated Testers, this series that we are doing, Learn and Grow Gatherings. That's what the main aim is for this year. So without further delay, Wasik, I'm going to hand it over to you, and then you can take it ahead.
Yeah, hi everybody. So, in today's in today's session, we'll be going through the web and mobile app automation with Boyka Framework. So, if anybody is joining new in this session, then in the last session we had covered about the API automation. So, at the project which I worked on that session, I had committed on GitHub, and we will be sharing that link in the chat, so everybody can just have a look at it. So let me know when we can start the live means, this demo for web.
Yeah, let's go over the API quickly, and then we can move over to UI.
Okay, so I'll share the screen and show the UI API tests which we did last time.
Yeah, yeah, let's do that.
So this is the project which we did the last time. As you can see, there we were able to automate the two APIs, but the request we created was for three APIs. So here we created the request object pattern. We did where we composed all the requests which are required for automation, and we were able to do the automation for two of the APIs in like 10 minutes of time. If you see the test, we are creating the request body using the builder pattern, and then we are uh, passing this request body as an object into the create booking, which is the created in the request class create booking, and this will return the API request, which will save it in the request variable, and which we are passing it to the Boyka frameworks method with request. This is the static import which we have done for with request, and this will get executed, and we'll get the response which will validate uh, soon after that. And also we are getting the values from the response and saving it in the variable, as it may be used in the late another test cases also. So we are saving the response data also, and we did the get bookings where we are getting all the bookings. So here also we are using the method in from the request class, and we are validating it. Let's execute this and see. And I'll execute the whole class. So the speed also is very good, and we also get good logging also. Like all the details are being logged for the API request, URL, headers, body, and also for the response we get all the response data: status code, status message, response body. And one more thing we gotta get is the curl command. So in case if you want to debug this request, you can simply copy the curl command and paste it in the Postman, and you know, debug the API also. So are we good on this?
Yeah, can we go over that page object thing that we did in API just quickly, because that was the highlight of the session that we had last time,
Yeah.
and
So here what
that's
we are
my
doing, we
favorite.
are
Yeah,
creating the request depending on the different endpoints. For example, we were automating the RESTful Booker API. So we created a booking request class. So it is similar to page object pattern, which we do in the web automation or mobile automation. We are creating the request objects where we create different methods for each request. Like booking request will have create booking, get booking, update booking, and delete booking. So depending on that, we will have different methods which will eventually return the API request. So this is a class from Boyka Framework which helps in composing the request bodies. This request will eventually be consumed in the other method from the Boyka framework, which will internally execute this request, and it will return the API response. So these API request and API response are part of Boyka framework. Internally, it parses the request, executes the request, and get the response in a particular format. And then you can validate the request response using the inbuilt assertions. So these are the internal assertion methods which we are using and verify. And these are the Pojo classes for the request body, which we are using a Longbox builder pattern to compose the request. Are we good with this? Any questions, something like?
Yeah, yeah. I think we are good. I don't have any questions as such. So let's move on to the UI part. As part of UI, can we just give an high level overview, like what we are trying to cover and
Yes.
how we are going to do it?
So this is a demo application from Sauce Labs, where it is called saucedemo.com, and it is a kind of a e-commerce website where we are trying to automate the e-commerce website similar to this. Now, once I log in, we will have the products. We can select any product and like add to cart, and then we can go to the checkout page and complete the checkout. Here I can give any detail, first name, last name, and finish. So this is the flow. Now normally we'll just cover only two steps. We'll do the login and we'll add the product to the cart. So the whole flow is an exercise which the audience can uh, give it a try, and let us know how easy they were finding this framework. And normally you might have worked on similar on other frameworks also, and you will automatically understand the difference. What is the difference in Boyka framework? Okay, so should we start? So first thing we require is the config. We need to have the UI config set here. So for that, I'll just use the Boyka CLI. So currently, Boyka CLI is only supporting of creating the new config file. So temporarily, we'll use that feature. But in coming days, I'll be working on updating the existing config file also. So that will help a lot. So I'll just create another config. Here I'll select the UI. Last time we had selected API, now we'll select UI. So now we want to automate the web application. So I'll select web and I'll give the name as test web. So this is the config key which it will be used. I'll be automating on local. So you can also automate on browser stack and lambda test. So I'll be using on local browser and I'll be using the Chrome browser. So now config is ready. I just need to refer that config and update my existing config. So this config file is will be updated in the local folder. I just reload. Here it is. So I need to copy the UI block and get it in the existing config. Here above the API, I'll just paste the UI block. That's it. So we can have if web automation and API automation together. So both the configs can can stay together in the same file. Now I'll just remove this file and we can proceed with the automation. So here I can also give base URL, which is the URL which we will be automating. You can ask here any questions you have in between, so we don't miss on the things. So now coming to the page objects. So I'll quickly refactor this project and create a package API, and I'll move these tests into the API. That is a small refactoring. Okay. Now we'll create another package for web. Package web. Okay. Now here I'll create a page object first in the pages folder, pages dot login page. Okay. So now we'll inspect the elements here. So let's inspect the elements. Okay, so here we are having the ID. We'll copy that, and here I'll be creating a private locator. So we'll be using the Boyka locator. Username equals to locator dot name username. So we'll give the web locator, which is by dot id, and that's it. Okay. Similarly, I'll give for password, and here we'll be using the id again. Password dot name. So this name is the descriptive name for our reference. It will be used in the logging. While logging the events, it will use the name which we have provided here. Here by dot id again, and password and login button.
So the
So
name
you'll
that you
be,
gave there, Wasiq,
yeah,
that name is stored somewhere, or is it
no, it is
okay?
just saved as an object. So the locator is a separate class. Instead of by
Uh-huh.
locator, I am using the locator class, which is a custom class from the Boyka framework.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so
So
the
this build
magic will
locator is
the magic of this class will you will be able to see when we move on to the mobile automation,
okay, okay.
because we'll be using the same page object for mobile also. We'll not create
Mm-hmm.
another one. Normally,
Oh,
people
will
what
not.
they do,
Okay.
they
Mm-hmm.
create a separate page objects for separate platforms. Means web has its own page object, mobile is its
Uh-huh.
own page object. But here we will be
Oh,
using the
okay.
same page object.
Uh-huh. So same class I can use for web also and mobile also.
Yes, yes, correct.
Oh, nice.
So name will be login button. So now you can see I can also give Android, I can give iOS, I can give web. Okay. Currently we are working on web, so I'll do that. Yeah. So only these three locators are there. Now I need to get values getter. Instead of getter, let's create a singleton class. Private static. Fine. Login page. Login page equals to new login page. And then we'll be using public static login log page returns login page. Okay. Now we need to write the test. So we'll write the test. Let's write a login action. Login action will have all the actions related to that login page. Okay. So I'll
Okay.
move that to actions package.
So let's say if I wanted to do this for the whole page, which has like a lot of objects,
Yeah.
um, do we have any roadmap item for developing such utility or dumping the whole thing somewhere, anything like that?
uh, we'll be working on that.
Okay.
Like which utility you are looking?
I mean, I'm thinking like, let's say I have a big page, right? So let's say I have a, I don't know, let's say I have a Salesforce page which has a lot of
Hmm.
form elements and things input that I have to do, right?
Yes,
So
correct.
if I have to write a test case, then I'll have to add those locator based things here, right?
Yeah.
So is there anything on the roadmap where we can just point to a page and then the class gets built automatically?
Hmm. Yes, I am. I'm planning that part
Okay,
where I
okay.
can, create some kind of a recorder, which
Uh-huh.
will help in recording, or even better, some better approach to simplify this locator scheme.
Hmm. Okay,
That is a
okay.
surprise. I don't want to,
No, I
give
don't
all the
want to ruin your
details.
surprise as well. So let's not do it now then maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So here we can do like wide verify login, and we'll take the input from the user like username and string password. Okay, this will be a utility class. Utility class. So now first we'll work on the text box. So we'll do on text box. There is a method which will ask us to do static import, and here we'll use the locator login page. So this is the static method we created in the login page, and we need to have the getter over here. So let's do that. So
Okay.
after that
So
getter.
that annotation that you have at utility
This is a
class,
Lombok. This is a Lombok annotations.
okay. And the utility class thing that you have, that is also Lombok. Okay.
Yeah, Lombok. So on text box with login page and username element, we'll do dot enter text username. Same on text box login page dot password dot enter text password. Then with mouse login page dot login button dot click. Is so far, are you able to understand these steps? So these are all methods from the Boyka framework. So you don't need to do all this, extra steps. These are all pre-built methods.
Oh.
You can simply use it and write the steps.
So whatever we do in Selenium with dot,
Yeah.
enter text and all these things, you don't have to do here at all?
Yes. Yes. So elements, it will
Ooh.
be able to. It will be much easier for anybody to identify what element it is, because we are using
Okay.
on text box. So this element is a text box.
Uh-huh.
We are using mouse. Then it is some clickable element, like
Oh,
that. Now we
okay.
will
And
verify.
sorry, one question.
Yeah.
That on text box thing that you have written there,
Yeah.
does that correlate anywhere with an annotation or anything, or
No. No.
whoever is scripting they have to do that?
Yeah, they can do like they can do however they want. It is
Okay.
just clean code practices I have implemented over here. So this is the approach which normally I use while using this framework.
Oh, okay.
You can create these locators in the test class also, but
Uh-huh.
that will make your test class bulky unnecessary.
Oh,
So I
okay.
try to keep my test class as short as possible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the implementation behind this is using Selenium, I suppose, or
Yes, it is using the latest version of Selenium WebDriver.
okay, okay,
So let's inspect this element. So this is a hamburger. So once we are able to log in, we'll land on the main page. Let's create a main page quickly. Main page. So here there are plenty of elements which you can create some dynamic locators. So I'll just show
mm-hmm,
you how we
mm-hmm.
can do that. So I'll put getter private locator menu burger dot name. So this name property is mandatory. With if you don't give name, you will get a runtime error.
Okay.
Menu icon. Burger by the ID. So we'll validate once we are able to log in. We'll validate that we are able to see this menu.
Mm-hmm.
Create a singleton class here again. Main page. So, main page. Static. Fine. Static. Main page. Then,
So this is for the first page that we had, right?
yeah. So after
Yeah.
login, we'll land on this page. So
Mm-hmm.
while writing this verify login, we need to validate that we are on the correct page. So we'll use on element
Okay.
main page. Whatever. Go static main page dot get menu bar dot
Mm-hmm.
is displayed.
So what is the
So
difference
not is
between?
displayed. Verify is
Uh-huh.
displayed.
Okay.
Verify is
So
displayed.
when
But
so is it like if I have to do validations, I have to use on element instead of?
yeah.
Okay.
So on element, it will allow you to get its attributes. For example, you
Mm-hmm.
want to get is displayed attribute, get attribute,
Okay.
get text,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
is enabled, is selected. All those you can do. You can also verify all those things. Verify is enabled, verify is selected, verify style, verify
Okay.
text. So all
And
those
if I
things you
want to
can do.
add like a custom weight or another condition, so that
Explicit
will be
weight you want
taken
to
care
use
there.
basically,
Yeah,
right?
explicit weight. Yeah.
So with that you can do on driver. Uh, on driver, I think it is right. Driver actions
Okay.
dot with
Okay.
driver dot wait until.
And
So
then
wait
I can
until
write
it
the
will take all
same.
the expected
Mm-hmm.
conditions.
Okay.
Expected conditions. So all that
Okay. So the
it can,
same.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
I have kept some things exposed, so you can use it
Okay.
in case if you want to. Okay. So
And
now
what is the
let's.
implicit weight here? Like when I say verify is displayed, how much time will it wait?
This is all these settings are done in the config file.
Okay. Okay.
So your implicit wait is 1 second, explicit wait is 10 seconds. So internally, when you are interacting with a text box, like you are entering text, you are clicking on an element,
Mm-hmm.
the framework will automatically use wait until clickable. And
Okay.
when you are
Okay.
verifying something, whether that element is displayed or is verifying a text, then it
Mm-hmm.
will automatically wait until the element is visible. So
Okay.
there are these are two internal handles explicit waits.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay.
Other
Okay.
settings are done here. You can modify the timeouts. So here
Mm-hmm.
on in web you are able to highlight the elements also. While execution, the elements will get highlighted automatically.
Yeah.
Red
Yeah.
highlight means it is doing some action on that element, and green highlight means it is reading the properties of that element.
Okay. Okay.
So here you can update the timeout settings. Here you can update the screenshot settings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Here you can update the logging settings. So logging, it is still these things needs to be improved because currently I'm using log4j. So
Okay.
the path is hard coded kind of thing. That
Mm-hmm.
I'll be making it parameterized, so you can modify the behavior of logging in from this config file directly.
Okay. Okay.
So now you can enable this highlight is enabled by default.
Mm-hmm.
Headless is by default disabled. So in CI, you will be reversing the values. Like you will make headless true and highlight false because in
Okay.
CI no one cares about the
Yeah.
headless.
Yeah. Yeah.
So target is on local and Chrome is the browser. This is the
So
default based
so
on
the operating system doesn't matter here, right?
no.
Correct. Okay.
So let's write the test quickly. So Java class web test. So first we'll need to create the session. So we'll use before class. Void setup class. We'll use create session and we'll use platform.web and we need to give the config key. So config key is this one, test web. Yes. Okay. And we need to
Um.
clear the session
Okay.
after class. Public void clear the.
So this config key is the one that we had in the config.json, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
correct. Clear session. Then now in the test, we'll do a test. Public void test login, and we'll use verify login, where we'll pass the values. And we can get the values directly from the.
Okay.
They have given like accepted username, standard user, and the password. Okay, so that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can just simply run the test. Let's.
So does this do cross browser also?
You can use any browser
Okay.
simultaneously. You can run it. Okay, so it was able to log in.
Ooh, that was fast. I didn't even see it.
Let's
Once more,
try it
once
again.
more. Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay.
The
How?
browser got
What is?
resized, and
Uh,
the elements were operated upon, and it was
what is the RAM of your laptop?
8 GB RAM.
Oh, sure. Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's a surprise. I never seen Selenium this fast, so that's that's the reason. Okay. That's amazing. Amazing. Wow.
So internally, it will automatically try to get the element in the viewport. So if it is
Uh-huh.
below the viewport, it will automatically come in the viewport, and then it will click on it or whatever it will do.
Okay.
That's why
So
you are
let's
able
say,
to see like
yeah.
executing script.
Uh-huh.
Like this.
So let's say I'm on Amazon page, for example. I've
Hmm.
searched for something, and that item that I have is not in the viewport. It's slightly below. I have to scroll down and then. But if
Yeah.
I still give the locator and
Hmm.
it's not there, it will scroll and then it will
Yeah.
click on it.
Yeah. Correct.
Just with that click method, nothing else.
Yeah. You don't need to write
Oh,
anything else. So all these things
wow.
are handled internally, highlighting
Mm-hmm.
and all those things, running in headless mode. Everything is
Okay.
internally handled.
Okay.
So you
Mm-hmm.
can see like hardly I have written any code.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was wondering. Where is the code? So I
This
think the
test
code
class,
is in the
the
framework,
shortest
right?
test class
Yeah.
you will ever see.
Yes, absolutely.
This is the login verification, like for hardly 4 lines of code. Login page, hardly some lines are there.
I
And
want that time again. 8 seconds, something. What was that time?
yes, 4 seconds.
Oh wow, impressive, impressive.
Now, if you want to run on browser stack, then also that is not a big deal.
Uh huh.
So in the config, when you are using the Boyka CLI, just select the browser stack and it will ask the related questions for browser stack and it will set up the things for you, the configuration. Normally
Okay.
for browser stack, it will just be like browser stack over here and you need to provide the username and access key. And
Yeah, but I remember like we had a framework earlier, and when we wanted to do browser stack, we had to do a lot of changes. Like
hmm,
we had to do a remote driver, then pass
yes.
the hub URL and do all these things.
So I'll show you one
So
more thing.
nothing
This
is needed.
line,
Okay.
no, nothing is needed. So here, this line, what it does, it will navigate to that URL for you. You don't need to
Okay.
do that also.
Uh
But if
huh.
suppose you are not provided here,
Okay.
If you're not provided here, you can do like navigate. Navigation, there is a class navigate action dot
Mm-hmm.
navigate. So here you can I can use the static import, for example, navigate dot two, and I can give the URL here, and it will navigate for us.
So that is the sorry, that secret.
This
Okay.
is the URL. Okay, I'll pass the URL here like that.
Uh-huh.
So this is very easy to understand for anybody. Even the non-technical persons will be able to understand. Like navigate dot to this
Yeah.
navigating here on text
Yeah.
box enter text with
Correct.
mouse dot click on element
Yeah.
verify is displayed is true.
Yeah, that's very simple. I think that is easier than writing a BDD feature file. I think
Yeah,
you can directly write a test rather than writing a BDD feature file.
yeah.
Yeah.
BDD is an overhead, I would say, but that is a separate topic. I would not
Yeah, that is.
we will not discuss.
Yeah, I also don't want to go there. I've had my experiences, so I would rather
Yeah,
stay away from that. Yeah.
like
Anyways.
hardly you can see like hardly 10 minutes of coding and one test is ready.
Yeah. No, this is amazing. Amazing. I mean, people who have not yet started on automation, or people who are looking for something to get started with automation. This is, I think, the perfect place to be.
Yeah.
And people who are in, if you have not started anything on
Even
the
the
automation, yeah,
new team member can easily understand and start writing the test for the team immediately.
correct,
They
correct,
don't need to
correct.
give them so much time in upgrading and understanding the framework, because currently the pain point which I have experienced in many companies is their onboarding timing is too much for a new member in the
Yeah,
team.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They have to understand the framework. They have
Yeah,
to see what framework does,
yeah.
and
So once the project change, the framework also change.
yeah,
But with
yeah,
Boyka, the Boyka will be same for any project.
correct.
And even
So,
if you use the for Salesforce
mhm,
application where there are like hundreds of fields, the
yeah,
page object creation will be like a one-time activity.
uh-huh. Okay. So,
One-time
let's
activity
say
it will
if
be.
I want to say like the best domain application for using Boyka, what would you say?
I think it is suitable for any domain. It will.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have not found any limitation as such. Like because many not so many people are using this framework.
Correct.
So I am only using it and finding the bugs and improving the framework.
Yeah. No, we
Kind
have
of
we
thing.
have people online who I am definitely sure that they'll be interested in trying it out after seeing that 4 second thing. So this is my call for everyone to just go and use this framework, because I've also been doing automation things for last 12 years now. I've never seen that kind of runtime. So I definitely, there's a lot of work gone behind this, and which is absolutely amazing.
This readability is also pretty good. Locator like build locator name web
Hmm.
and build.
I absolutely like. I'm a big fan of builder pattern, and the extensibility that you get using that builder pattern, and using the you can pass whatever you want, right? Basically,
Hmm.
so you don't have to use all the constructor, start writing
Now
constructors.
I'll show you one more magic.
Yeah.
So
Okay, let's
here
go for it.
you can give filter also. Suppose if there is a list of elements and you need to filter out a particular element. You can use filter e dot
Oh, lambda.
get text dot equals something product. So for example, the use case where it will be used once we
Mm-hmm.
log in, there are like n number of products. Okay, so
Yeah.
title area, many titles. So I can give a locator for this title, which will return 6 elements, and out
Mm-hmm.
of those 6 elements, I want to click a particular product. So I'll give the title here, and this filter will automatically filter it out for me.
Ooh,
And still, if
this
you
is
have like two products with the
uh
same
huh.
name, and you want
Okay.
to click on a particular index of the product, you
Uh
can
huh.
do index.
Oh, you mean in the, so
While
it's very
defining the
similar to the
locator,
one
yeah,
that
while
we'll do
defining
in
the
the
locator
console,
itself, you
right?
can do these things.
Okay. So if you have, let's say you have so let's say I'm on the inspect, and then in the find element, whatever
Yeah,
query I write, that same query I can write in the filter also, right?
yeah.
Hmm. That's interesting. That's
And this
interesting.
E is a web element from Selenium only. It is not my product. I'm just exposing it.
Oh, okay. So okay, so I'm going to go back to go back to web elements. Okay, so if I write like get web elements and then I write something, I can do that same thing
Yeah.
like a list here.
Yes.
So so let's say on the name you have just mentioned something.
Let's do it practically,
Uh
quickly.
huh.
Okay. So here, for example, in the main page, there are like n number of products. I will just right click inspect.
Mm-hmm.
So here you can see inventor item name. This is a class. Okay. Now if I search for this, it is a which one it is? Div only. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Div dot class. How many products? How many products you are able to find? Six.
Like six. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I can simply use that product. This is locator over here. So I'll create a method instead of a field. I'll create a method here, which will
Mm-hmm.
return locator get product, and we'll give parameter product name,
Okay.
and I'll return locator dot name. I'll give the product name directly, whatever product, and I'll give the locator, which will be
Mm-hmm.
by dot css selector dot filter e, which should be e dot get text dot equals ignore case product name. So now I can go to login page, login actions class, and I can do like with mouse main page dot get product. Let's take any product.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take this one. Dot click. Okay, like this it will work. So it will click on this, and
Uh-huh.
it will take you to the page, internal
Okay.
page, of product detail. It will take you there. So
Uh-huh.
let's try to execute this. Okay, you are able to see that it clicked on that element
Yeah. Yeah.
like that. You are
Oh,
handling a
nice.
dynamic element.
Mm-hmm. So if I have to, let's say, if I have to do a data driven thing out of this,
Hmm.
how
So
would
that
I?
also you will be able to do. For data driven, what you will do, you will create a data provider, and with
Okay.
data provider, you
Mm-hmm.
can pass on the data over here.
Okay. Same like I would do in test ng,
Yeah,
right?
normally test anything,
Okay.
and you can
Okay.
parameterize it.
Mm-hmm.
So data provider also have support in Boyka framework. Currently, it is only supporting for Excel files.
Okay. Oh,
So
only Excel files. Okay.
yeah, because I was trying to implement this framework in my existing organization.
Uh-huh.
So we are using Excel over there. So I just given support for Excel. But I have
Okay.
planned for JSON files, CSV files, and other
Uh-huh.
file
Mm-hmm.
formats also.
Okay.
So depending on the which users are using which kind of data provider, and they raise a feature request with Boyka framework, then I'll prioritize those.
Okay. So I think this is the call for action for people who are listening. So if you want to start start contributing to this awesome framework and make it available for everyone. Here is your chance to start contributing. It doesn't have to be anything big, to be very frank. I have done it for a couple of repositories, and it doesn't have to be always coding. You can also document. You can also do a lot of other things. There is also a website that we also talked about last time, which also
Yeah.
needs frequent updation. So there is also something that you can help with in getting this open source project.
So this is the documentation
Yeah,
website. So
yeah,
these also require some updates depending on if there is any issues, or we
yeah.
can
So
improve.
whatever, yeah. So once you start understanding the framework, right? Once you see that there are few things which are needed there, or there are few things which you want to enhance, or if you want to add some documentation bits here and there, you can always start editing them. You can always start doing that here. So
Yeah.
that's the best way to start understanding the framework and start understanding about the project. There is also a project roadmap link that we have shared. I think I've shared
It
the
is over here.
repository link in the comments. So there we can just go and
So this
see.
is the repository, and I've updated the link for the website over here, so you can go through that.
Yeah. Okay. um, I think we have 5 minutes. Can we do mobile quickly?
Mobile, it will require some time.
Sometime. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we need to download the APK and set up the things. So here we have the mobile version of the same application,
Hmm.
Swag Labs. So we have the same UI like we have for web.
Okay.
So here also we have the same UI. Here we have some gestures also. You can do drag and drop and all those things you can do.
Hmm. Okay, that's cool. I think there will be a documentation already there for mobile. So I think we have covered UI in quite a bit of
Only
stretch.
just quickly
So
I'll walk through
yeah.
like for what change will be there for mobile.
Okay. Yeah, that will help.
So
Yeah.
here we'll change for Android. We'll do Android, and we'll have config for Android. So
Hmm.
using the Boyka CLI, I can generate the config for Android also, and accordingly, I'll update the device name and whatever the emulator I have. Accordingly, I'll do that.
Okay.
And the locators part over here, I can simultaneously give dot Android, and I can use APM by over here.
Hmm.
APM by dot ID, whatever. I can give anything. Similarly for iOS. For iOS.
Okay.
So you don't need to create a separate class for a separate platform. You will be using
Hmm.
the same locators over here. I will be using APM by here, and accordingly I will use the locators. So that's the only change over here. Like if you have used APM, you know like how complex, a little bit complex it is as compared to
Yeah.
Selenium. But the
Correct.
complexity is removed here. So all the capabilities, whatever the things are, it is set in the Boyka config. And
Uh-huh.
here the APM by you can just set the Android locator, iOS locator in the same page object, and the rest
Hmm.
of the things are same. The only thing is instead of with mouse, it will be with finger. I think
With
it is.
finger. Hmm.
Yeah, using the
Correct.
finger, swipe up, swipe down like that. You
Okay.
can do all those things. So yeah, it is a finger gesture class. Finger actions.
Hmm.
Finger actions dot with finger dot drag to tap swipe. You can do
Okay.
swipe direction, swipe till.
Uh-huh.
So swipe till will just swipe till the particular element is there. So there are like two flavors of with finger here.
Okay.
So with finger you can give the element also, like the main page. Alright. So it will be like using that
Yeah. Until that is
swipe till,
available in the.
swipe till,
Hmm. Correct.
swipe direction down like that.
Okay. Can you share that link of that previous repository also, the API one?
It is this one only, Boyka demo. I
Okay.
think I have shared it with you. Should I share it again?
Uh, yeah, yeah. You can share it again. Okay, let me share that on the. Where is that? Okay, so this is the API. All everything, right? This has
Yeah.
everything.
So whatever
Correct.
changes I have done for web, I will be committing the same in this repository only.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. Let's. Hmm, okay, I think it is. Yeah, the link is quite intuitive, so it's good. Um, okay, so I think I'm going to hide this, and then okay, so I think we have come to the end of this, and thank you, Wasiq, for doing this for us, and this was really amazing. And I will again, this is my sincere appeal to all the people who are there. Please go to the repository, start using it, give feedback to Wasiq, and there are a lot of avenues of giving the feedback. You can directly reach out on the Discord community that he has. You can also reach out on the GitHub, raise an issue there. There's also on the website also you can do that. So yeah, there are a lot of other avenues that you can reach out to him. I highly recommend join the Discord channel if you want to get the regular updates about the framework. And I think that's it from my side. So, Wasik, thank you
Yeah.
again. Thank you for doing this. And it was really amazing having you here. And yeah, it has been amazing.
Yeah.
I've had my hiccups about streaming because I'm doing this for the first time. So, thank you for the patience again. And I really enjoyed having this chat. And 4 second thing was really the highlight. So, I'm going to remember that for quite some time
And
now.
three line of
Uh,
tests.
and 3 line of test. And also the API POM. That was also one of the highlight that I still remember. And thank you everyone for joining here. And we really enjoyed having you here. Um, and until again, see you next time. There will be two articles which will be coming on the following Tuesdays, and then after that, in the next month of March, third week and the fourth week, we are going to have another demos. So we'll be covering Postman and Selenium plus Lighthouse integration. The schedule will come out soon. So stay tuned and follow us on LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever is comfortable for you. We also have a Telegram, but I'm still trying to get it active. So don't worry about that. Just two platforms are fine enough, I guess. Again, thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone. And thank you, Wasik, again.
Yeah. Thanks
Bye
for
bye.
having me. Bye.